Bano bonna abantu abalwanirira eggwanga bakibuye bonna bavange naawe no giwatambuliranga naye abamu tebakugamba abantu babeera mu byabufuzi ebitagenda kuyamba bantu.
He also urged the government to help construct the Blue Room Road, which is full of potholes and is one of the busiest roads after other roads are being under construction as a New Year gift.
Oluguudo lwaffe luno kati okuva lwe mwasiba Namirembe Road lwe bayita Blue Room eno yembeini kati emmoloka zonna Masaka Road Ntebe Road zonna mitiyana oyima ziyiwa kuno niraba oluguudo kati mbadde nsaba abakulembeze bano mutuwe ekirabo ky'omwaka eky'oluguudo luno. President Museveni, Minister wa Kampala Muhammad Nsereko nga MP, Lord Mayor Elias Lukwago, Salimu Uhuru.
The residents have complained to KCCA for leaving them in the dirt for 3 weeks without cleaning up the garbage.
Tuyitiriddeko motoka ya kasasiro eyitamu eyole walala bano waffe yoolawo kati atutte wiikisi 3 ng'ali ku kkubo wano.
Ebisaanyi kubigire biveewo kubanga bwekinasigala embeera bweti bonagira bweti nga bweri kijja viirako abantu okwekyawa.
Faizo Magala, the chairman of Used Materials, said customers would no longer buy from them because of the poor road conditions and condemned the smelly garbage on their roads, cautioning KCCA to save them this Christmas season to spend it healthy.
Tuliko kyokya kubanga kasasiro mbutuufu yato tusene mu nnyindo tetukyaliira wano tuliira walako lwa kasasiro mu bitundu ebirala atambula bamutwala naye wano wuno enswero ziraba tosobola kivundu okiwulira tulinga abali mu ki oluguudo lwerubi lwe luliko kasasiro eringa nnimiro.
Story compiled by Jamil Sekaja.
Miracle Center Cathedral lead pastor Robert Kayanja has urged citizens not to spend extravagantly during the festive season. Kayanja said this during the flagging off of food aid and other assorted items to people in Karamoja. Let's have a look at a detailed report.
Truly I tell you, they have received their reward in full. But when you give to the needy, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, so that your giving may be in secret. Then your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you. Those are the words in the scriptures that Pastor Robert Kayanja uttered while donating food to the Karimajong.
The poverty is something that can actually reduce you to nothing. People had to come from far east to bring support for Mary and Joseph.
The donation included over 40,000 kilograms of a nutritious Elijah's meal, soap, clothes, beverages, cows and chicken. Kayanja advised the Ugandans against spending extravagantly during and throughout the festive season.
Don't overspend on this Christmas. This is only one day. After 12 hours, the day is over. The day is over. Use what you have to create what you don't have.
Pastor Kayanja said interventions must be put in place to change the perspective of Karamoja depending on donations and handouts for survival.
Word of God, this Christmas teaches us that we need to be self-reliant. We need to do things in our own area that will be able. Food is security. Food is not something to eat. No, it is a form of security.
Meanwhile, during a night prayer session, Robert Kayanja Jr. preached the gospel to the youth during the annual riot, Righteous Invasion of Truth. Ivan Juko, Michael Bakabulindi for UBC.
Now, livestock traders at Mpondwe border in Kasese district have expressed fear over reported anthrax outbreaks in Chotela. They call for a government ban on transporting livestock from affected areas to prevent the disease's spread.
Despite no confirmed cases in Kasese, 3 cows displaying symptoms were banned.
And we have buried at least 3 carcasses with suspicion of signs of anthrax. And however, after burying, we do report, and we report back to the districts where these animals were received from, for the DVOs of such districts to do more monitoring. However, when we receive animals here, we first put them in quarantine.
Veterinary worker Musa Kombi has assured efforts to prevent contaminated meat consumption during Christmas.
Where the animals that we buried had related signs and symptoms of anthrax, and we cannot allow them to go in the community when we have speculated a danger. That's it, sir.
Traders commend the government for reinstating the cattle market from the Democratic Republic of Congo, a positive step after the lockdown.
Residents of Rutoto sub-county in Rubirizi district have joined hands in conserving the environment by collecting plastic from the environment. Now, this initiative targets saving Lake Nkugute in Nyaruguru County, Rutoto sub-county, which is in the shape of Africa. Now, it has been contaminated and wastes a danger to the communities who use the lake for domestic purposes.
Residents of Rutoto sub-county in Rubirizi district want leaders to respond and address the increasing waste that is a danger to the people and nature. They say polythene bags and plastic threaten water bodies in the area.
Abokubanyowa ni mpareba abana nibazanda abana nibiza bayika ngona bana bayika twafisa abana kama 20 tubattaferiro mu Uganda mazima
mbenu nyowe ni interwe muranga abebembezi na government eji barebuke ngo baturondero kutwa kubasa kurundana kasaso biza bagomba jituyambe bajitware kuba biniki bakugikoramo.
We are here to conserve nature because this lake is very important for us. First, it's the lake which supplies Rubirizi at large water by national water. So that's why we can't let anybody destroy nature.
According to the nature activist in Rubirizi district, Katusime Marcel, commonly known as private lecturer, noted that 60% of the population gets water for domestic use from Nkugute Lake, which is no longer safe due to waste from the public.
We have started the campaign Chase Kavera and empty bottles in the part of Uganda. Rubirizi is the part of Uganda. We want, because this lake serves water and it has a river in the middle that serves water to the people of Rubirizi, almost 60%. We have come out with an initiative of conserving it and conserving this swamp so that the coming generation can see the natural beauty of our motherland, Mama Rubirizi, the part of Uganda.
He says residents are guarding the environment through ensuring that cleaning their homes and collecting plastics becomes a priority. A massive campaign to conserve nature in Rubirizi district is ongoing, especially in changing the mindset of the population.
As Christians continue to prepare for the birth of Jesus' celebrations, they have been advised to pray for peace in their homes and the country at large. The birth of Jesus to many Christians is to take the day as a festive moment where drinks are shared amongst their loved ones in their regard. People drink and eat throughout the week. But let's take a look at this story.
This was disclosed by the senior pastor Judith Sozi of Glad Tidings Provision of God Ministries Kalere during the Christmas carols held at Kalere, a Kampala suburb.
He gave us that son as a sign of love. Let that love not remain in your house as a family. Let that love spread far and beyond. Let it spread to your neighbors. Let it spread to fellow women. Let it spread to men.
Lydian Sozi said that Ugandans should focus on renewing their relationship with God.
Today, as we celebrate the birth of Jesus, I pray that every aspect in your life is also reborn.
Pastor Solomon Mwesigwa of Good News Church Bulenga said that Christians should learn how to share the little they have with others. This was during the Christmas carols that were held at Bulenga Wakiso district.
You must develop a culture of giving. If you have something, share with somebody.
At Victory Church Namungona, Bishop Herbert Buyondo donated food items to the Christians and Muslims in different areas of the country. He said donations assist needy persons living in the areas of Namungona and the neighboring suburbs of Kampala.
Love. And love means giving. And giving means being there for somebody else.
At Jerusalem Healing Ministries, Chisasi, Pastor Patrick Mugambaje, in charge of development and investment, National Born Again Christians Kampala region, added that Christians should always be closer to God.
Love. And love means giving. And giving means being there for somebody else.
NRM National Vice Chairperson for Eastern Uganda, Captain Mike Mukula, has advised Ugandans against violence, urging Ugandans to shun Western cultural imperialism. He called for unity among the Itesots. Now, this was during the first memorial service for late Bishop Patrick Okabe, the former Serere County Member of Parliament who died in a motor accident in December 2022 along with his wife.
Right in this terrazzo, decorated concrete, lie the remains of Bishop Patrick Okabe and his wife, Christine Okabe. They died in an accident in December 2022.
The person you have chosen to take over from the late Okabe, may you give him more wisdom and knowledge.
1 year later, it is a memorial service.
He preached about rejection. He preached about love. He preached about unity. And that is the Serere he has built. We remember him today. I still mourn my brother because he brought liberty to the people of Serere.
I want to pray that Honorable Moding Okabe is more stronger to carry on the legacy of the father and do better than what the father did.
Cultural performances, complemented by spiritual and ordinary melodies, filled the occasion as family members and friends hailed the deceased Bishop Patrick Okabe.
Honorable Okabe kidakie beru epupete eto anitu ani mambo jiji ani benyobe swama kwa jiji yo nini hai maledeke anwa gogo muna buije ike kaleto mapaki na lagi road iwuri akiara irotara kanga soro deka sibelono kitela ai rotar dash edeka jaiki ni duelu as shanut.
Helen Adowa, the woman member of parliament for Serere district, is also the state minister for fisheries. She told celebrants to make positive marks in other people's lives.
Autokaba swami boro luma mungitu yani kena pedori. Ide mame MP lai round ara chairman lo teso parliamentary group lo swama kawala ke swama Okabe. Ebo tikito Okabe MP si lo tesa depa.
The people of Teso, Ituma lo Teso. My message to you, after Kyoto is to urge you to be united.
Captain Mike Mukula, who represented the Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among Anet as chief guest, encouraged unity and peace and told Ugandans to shun same-sex relationships.
Maybe from their place, they can do it there. But for you to mount a fellow man, how can that be?
This memorial service comes during the festive season, a similar period when the deceased met their death.
So it's a pity that people even don't sympathize with you when you have lost your dear one. The second one are those who are coming in the villages, in the market, buying things at a higher price, yet they are using fake notes, fake currency. So you have to be very careful.
Bishop Okabe died in a motor accident at Naboa Junction along Igangambale Highway. He has since been replaced by his son Emmanuel Omoding Okabe as Member of Parliament for Serere County. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Now in more news, Christmas is that day when believers celebrate the birth of Jesus, and this Monday, 25th December 2023, will be the special day for this precious event. But the history of the birth of Jesus roots back in Bethlehem in the Palestinian Authority, which houses both historical places, including the Shepherd's Field and the Church of Nativity. Now, in this episode of Bringing Closer the Holy Sites, UBC brings you a picture of these holy places.
Shepherd's Field, located in the Arab village of Beit Saha, is the place where the announcement of Jesus' birth to the shepherds by the angels took place. It is located in the middle of the Buz fields as mentioned in the book of Ruth, chapter 3 verse 5. Beit Saha is located to the southeast of Bethlehem in the Palestinian Authority. At this place, there is a new church built near the traditional site of the underground church which the shepherds inhabited. The cave at the site has been preserved to house the precious remains from the old centuries during the shepherds' stay in this place. Some of the remains include the water channels, wine vats, and the ruins of a group of building that suggests a farmstead rather than a specifically monastic establishment.
All things that you found it here, this is all the things that it's found here from the excavation that they have used, get used from the shepherd that they was from the time of Jesus, from different ages, 4th century, 6th century, 12th century, from different, so they are all things found from the excavations here.
Travelers and other pilgrims visit the place and among others also witness a light that floods the interior and reminds them of the strong light present when the angels announced the divine birth.
This is the new church that it's built up on the grotto, the original grotto where the shepherds are staying. So this is the new church that built by Antonio Barluzzi, 1951. So this is a new church. We are going now to visit the original grotto where the shepherds were staying when they are announced from Gabriel.
The new erected church is decorated with panels which depict various scenes as written in the Bible. In a few kilometers from the Shepherd's Field is the Church of Nativity, which is an ancient church built over the grotto that was believed to be the site of the manger in which Jesus was born. This Church of Nativity is the oldest church in the Holy Land. It holds a foundation which was constructed in the 6th century by the Byzantine emperor, among others. The interior of this church is something which hijacks one's attention for some time, especially the burning lamps around the star.
So we are in the Orthodox main church, in the Nativity Church. So you see here all the altar here, it's all Byzantine. So this is the Orthodox Church. Inside this church, the Nativity Church, we will see many altars. This altar is for the Orthodox. That one is Armenian. That one is Armenian. And every day they have masses here in this church for the Armenian, for the Orthodox, and for the Catholic. The Catholic also, they have St. Catherine Church. Every year in 24 they do the principal mass, the Christmas Eve, and our president Arafat, that he was before, he used to come with his wife, that she was Christian. He used to come with her to the mass.
This place remains top on the agenda why millions of pilgrims who descend on the Holy Land visit Bethlehem. There are stairs which lead you to enter the Grotto of Nativity, which houses a lantern-lit 14-pointed silver star, marking the spot where Jesus is said to have been born.
The birthplace of Jesus, and that side it's the manger. So when you film here, you can recognize the manger, the birthplace, where this is the story.
Daniel Mugoya, UBC News.
Wow, very, very, very powerful story right there. Let's take a short commercial break. When we return, we'll be back with business news. Please do stay tuned. You're watching UBC News Tonight.
Metu Bus Industries, Namamve, the manufacturers of buses for transporters, schools, tour operators, and special purpose vans and any customized vehicle. Metu Bus Industries offers a range of buses known for safety, comfort, and reliability. Depending on your needs, a bus can simply be a point A to point B people mover with just seats, or a special design that includes power outlet, Wi-Fi, television, refreshment center, and any other specification. Buy your buses from Metu and support industrialization of Uganda. Contact us on 0788 118586 or 0782 030303. Email us metuafricabus@gmail.com. Visit our website www.metubusafrica.com.
Meet Stone Atwine, the co-founder of Eversend, a startup that is building financial technology from Uganda to the world. From currency exchange to business banking, Stone and his team are doing it all. Stone embodies the grit and the commitment to take a startup from nothing to something. Stone, keep building. You are unstoppable. MTN, the Unstoppable Network, celebrates you. Download the Eversend app and together, let's support Ugandans like Stone who are driving our country's unstoppable progress.
In this family, we can't agree on anything.
Martha.
We can't even agree on what to watch. All the games to play.
Martha.
Ndoza Mulabi, we can't even agree on what to eat. At least the one thing for now we can all agree on is the soap to use. He likes that it's big and lasts long. Anti-economy. I like that it keeps my skin smooth. Ate alina echovu. And the children like that. It smells amazing. Everyone is happy. Movit soap comes in 4 fantastic flavors. Movit family soap is truly soap for the whole family.
Movit. All day confidence.
I got it. What do you mean you got it? Have you won a lottery?
Yes, this is kind of like a lottery to me.
Let me see. But these are URA receipts now.
Yes, exactly my point. See, I had tax areas that had accumulated for a while now, and I was burdened by the penalties and the interest. But guess what? All I had to do was to pay my principal tax, and now I'm free.
What?
Yes.
How? I mean, it's impossible.
It is possible. The government has done it. Yes, the government has given a chance to all taxpayers to pay their outstanding principal tax that accrued until 30th of June with no interest or penalties.
But now they're really
Imagine, yes. So yeah, all you have to do is simply pay your principal tax and enjoy the waiver on penalties and interest. And this goes up to the end of December 2023.
How do I do that to also enjoy the waiver?
All you have to do is simply pay your principal tax to benefit from waiver on interests and penalties that runs till end of December 2023. Pay your outstanding principal tax using the available payment channels or simply dial *285# or visit the nearest URA office for guidance before 31st December 2023. Remember, this chance comes only once.
Uganda Revenue Authority. Developing Uganda together.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News Tonight, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. We now delve into the world of business. Agricultural experts propose that government institutes a policy on rice cropping to ensure a calendar that makes planting and harvesting uniform. Currently, rice farmers in Butaleja district lack a cropping calendar which is affected by flooding, thereby hindering us from technological farming and harvesting tractors to boost farming. Saddam Mubale reports.
It has become apparent that agriculture mechanization will improve output and address food insecurity, as opposed to the hand hoe. In Uganda, rice is the most consumed crop with consumption per capita of about 8 kilograms, although total production is estimated at 165,000 metric tons. However, rice consumption also depends on the availability of other foods. In Butaleja district, paddy rice farming is popular. Farmers flood rice farms every season to ensure an optimal supply of water to the rice. However, this type of farming will only thrive with the use of a hand hoe.
What we have been doing previously is that we have a lot of water which is in the garden, and this aggravates the rate of anaerobic conditions, which give off the methane gas, which is one of the gases which are not good for the ozone layer out there. So we think that if we can do the intermittent watering and also we stick to a cropping calendar, we shall be able to increase our yield, yet at the same time not putting a lot of pressure on our environment.
We are doing our bit as Kilimo Trust to make sure that we don't leave the communities worse off than when we found them. This is a research program. It's about innovations. It's about climate smart agriculture. And we are trying to see how do we build resilience into smallholder production. So we are looking at aspects of sustainable rice production, like water management.
Agronomists say continuous flooding has a negative climate change effects, and that rice doesn't need continuous flooding to mature. Intermittent irrigation can save water in rice fields and also produce good yields.
Let us adopt these practices, because in the long run, they are to enable us be competitive in producing the rice that we produce, but also enable us to produce it for posterity.
On the other hand, agriculture mechanization will improve output and address food insecurity, although there is a limitation on mechanized agriculture among farmers.
Because as you can see, as we've been seeing other farmers, there are different stages of rice which are being cultivated. Another one is doing weeding, another one is doing bud scaring, another one is just transplanting. So it's a problem, and actually also brings down the yield. So what we are going to do now, we have sat down as a people. We are being facilitated by like-minded stakeholders, Kilimo Trust, that also have the same vision that we are having as farmers. And together we are going to do a cropping calendar whereby the water is going to be scheduled such that we are going to identify key blocks which are going to be given the water at an appointed time.
We are encouraging them to adopt the good agricultural practices that we are training them on, but to also adopt sustainable practices in their rice production.
On average, it takes 2,500 liters of water to produce 1 kilogram of rice. In an irrigated production system, a seasonal water input to rice field varies from as little as 40 centimeters in heavy clay soil with shallow groundwater tables to more than 200 centimeters in coarse textured soil with deep groundwater tables.
Different varieties of rice need different amounts of water. And on a defined block, on a defined section, when we put this kind of rice, we need to know how much water has entered. When farmers say we are okay, then we keep bringing that amount of water. So the water is regulated from the intake, and from this block on this date, we are sending maybe 2,000 liters per second for 2 days. Then we shall be knowing that this block is getting sufficient water, and you find the production also increases.
Continuous flooding and failure to follow a cropping calendar affects rice farmers in Uganda. It has also made it impossible for farmers to apply farm mechanization and other technology in rice growing and harvesting.
Because we received some machinery as the aid
from China, tractors, combine harvesters, planters, even these harrowers, they can work in rice. But those machines work where water management is proper. For example, for plowing, you need to drain out all the what? The water.
The challenge we have here is that farmers are planting at their own pace. This one plants, this one harvests. Nobody are close together. With that, you cannot enhance the proper water management. You cannot enhance mechanization, because once there's no proper calendar, a machine like that one cannot be utilized.
Sada Mubale, UBC News.
Savings and Credit Cooperative Society administrators in Western Uganda are advising government to subsidize agricultural inputs. This, they say, will attract more into the agriculture practice through loans that they can actually service.
Mushanga, Bujongi, and Kitagata Savings and Credit Cooperative Societies in Chima District have rewarded customers.
They give them to, one, motivate them true, and secondly, to thank them for using our SACCO services. And they take loans, they bank with us, they save with us, they fix with us, and they are really a very good asset to us as a SACCO.
We are rewarding best savers, best loan clients, best members of this society, best savers who are fixing an ordinary and fixed savings, such that they can always appreciate the services they are doing to us, and they can always, and it's one way of giving back to our community.
But amidst the merrymaking, the public has been warned against excessive spending while government urged to subsidize agriculture inputs.
Because we majorly deal with farmers, and the cost of production is becoming high. For example, the cost of pesticides, the cost of fertilizers. So if government can subsidize that, farmers can produce at a minimum cost and get money to save and pay back their loans and do other developments.
There were prizes for best savers ranging from cows, goats, hens, among others.
The Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Baryomunsi, has clarified on government officials, mainly ministers who may have till date not handed in their official cars for the use of the coming Nana Line movement and G77 plus China summits, as directed by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Baryomunsi says a section of public servants have already heeded to this call, and for the remaining ministers will at an appropriate time surrender their fleet to the National Organizing Committee. Details in this report.
On Sunday, 24th December 2023, the Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Baryomunsi, has joined the family of the late John Africano for a memorial mass at Wishura Catholic Church in Kamago District. Minister Baryomunsi eulogized the late as one who has run his race and finished it well. However, his Christmas message to the congregation centered on reflecting on what the birth of Jesus Christ stands for.
There is disunity in our community here in terms of religion, in terms of tribes and clans, and my message has been that for us to celebrate Christmas meaningfully, we should be able to turn away from all those practices and behaviors which are not Christian.
He also preached for a peaceful and secure festive seasons.
The motorists and all those who are traveling, let's drive and use these roads carefully and cautiously to avoid accidents.
Within these days that people drink too much and they end up in hospitals. People who drive, who have borders, taxis, they must also be cautioned.
For religious leaders are however concerned about the absence of Christians from church only to resurface on such days.
It is unfortunate that tomorrow we shall see a person who has never even been to church even once. They just come once. Instead of celebrating the birth of Christ, for them they say we are celebrating the end of the year. So it is a double-edged sword. They come celebrate the birth of Jesus and then they celebrate the end of the year. That's why you see many people whom we have never seen here, you will find them in our churches and in our villages.
My message to the people of Kanungu has been that Christmas should not merely signify us traveling from Kampala and wherever we live to come to the village, or putting on nice clothes, or just going to church. It should go beyond that. The Savior should be born in our lives so that we are able to change the bad ways.
Regarding the decision by government to recall official cars from public servants, including ministers, to facilitate the non-aligned movement and G77 plus China summits, Minister Bariomos clarifies as follows.
And indeed, the government officials are responding, but the conferences start on the 15th of January up to 23rd. So for those who haven't given the vehicles yet, maybe some of them wanted to use them during the Christmas period and the festive season, but beginning in January, they should hand them over so that they are checked, they are cleaned, they are repaired, and put in the proper condition to be able to drive and enable the VIPs to be transported during the convention. So nobody is defying the request by government, but there is still time, and I think the first week of January is when those who haven't handed over the vehicles will do so.
Robert Onyango, UBC News, Kanungu District.
Metu Bus Industries, Namamve, the manufacturers of buses for transporters, schools, tour operators, and special purpose vans and any customized vehicle. Metu Bus Industries offers a range of buses known for safety, comfort, and reliability. Depending on your needs, a bus can simply be a point A to point B people mover with just seats, or a special design that includes power outlet, Wi-Fi, television, refreshment center, and any other specification. Buy your buses from Metu and support industrialization of Uganda. Contact us on 0788 118586 or 0782 030303. Email us metuafricabus@gmail.com. Visit our website www.metubusafrica.com.
When it is KB o'clock, you need more from your voice bundles. That's why MTN is offering you more minutes across all networks that don't expire. Buy the new 90-minute Freedom Bundle at 5K or the 200-minute bundle at 10K and Jazz with no limit. Katiteri ate, no excuses. Make the call now. Dial *100 *21# or use the My MTN app and enjoy your Freedom Bundle today. MTN. Together we are unstoppable. Terms and conditions apply. MTN is regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission.
Tugabane bigi tugabane, share with your loved ones tugabane. Gabula tulita kwe samula, festive season eno tugabane. Pepsi Mountain Dew Mirinda, twalira ko jajja mu kyalo tolinda. Drink at home on Christmas, you can even keep some for Boxing Day. Tugabane bigi tugabane, flavor for your loved ones tugabane. Big meals ne memories samula, festive season eno tugabane. Grab a Pepsi hamper of any 2-liter of your choice and get a free Pepsi Max 330 ml. Share the cheer this festive season with Pepsi. Tukabane!
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News Tonight, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. We now delve into the world of sports. Vipers Sports Club has parted ways with his head coach, Leonard Martins Neiva, effective December 23rd. In an official statement by the club, Vipers thanked head coach for his services, mainly grooming young talent. The Brazilian had penned down a 2-year employment contract with the Venoms that was to end in 2025. The coach had managed teams across various continents, including North America, the Caribbean, Southeast Asia, and Africa, before taking over from Alex Isabidie, who had guided the club to winning the league title. Vipers lost to Bull FC on Friday, made a loss that many say determined his fate. Currently, Vipers Sports Club is looking out for a new manager.
But goal for Mwere. That ball had already crossed the line by the time it was brought back. Goal for Mwere. Bull leading by 1-0. Post play, they're actually showing you that they are hungry and they want to get a goal. I can tell you that there will be a yellow card here for Joel Madondo. Lisa, Yunus Sentamu. It's Yunus Sentamu. Kalisa is open. The pass wasn't good. Kalisa, but straight to Milton Kalisa. That's some very good running. And the pass again, poor. Watambala. Mandela to Alan Okello. Long from Alan, delivered to perfection. Punched away by Tommy Kara. Moving away, and Tezicha says thank you very much. Beats the goalkeeper. And look at how he composed as well. Nice goal. Nice goal. What a finish from Lawrence Tezicha, the former Vipers player. Scores against his former Paymasters. And I can tell you, there is scoring, and there is scoring a beauty. That is a beauty, and that's how you celebrate a beauty. Well, I'll leave you to actually decide on that, really. Kambale fighting, Brighton Anukani. Kambale. Anukani. Looking for space on Kambale. That's very good football. The cutback is good. The chance! It's in! 2-1! Yunus Sentamu yet again! Striker, look at how he gets that ball well. Beats one and strikes well.
Anthony Joshua put in a terrific performance to beat Otto Wallin inside the distance, but Deontay Wilder's shock points loss to Joseph Parker on the same bill scrapped plans for the long-awaited heavyweight shutdown. Britton Joshua boxed magnificently in Saudi Arabia, dominating Wallin before the Swede's corner pulled him out of the fight at the end of the fifth. Earlier in the night, American Wilder appeared a shadow of himself in Riyadh and was hurt badly in the eighth as New Zealander Park was awarded a unanimous decision. Here are the best highlights of the fight.
Chinshan. He's getting closer with the feet as well, really starting to bring him in now. Exactly, he's been doing that since the first round. Getting that foot, and that's what I meant, exactly. Before, you know, he would throw 5-6 punch combinations. Because he was still a violent performance tonight, and boy, did he get it. Just look at the face of Otto Wallin. It was about to get violent, I'll tell you that right now. He delivered. He done his part. He done his part. He's saying he's... And that is it. For me, that's the right call, regardless of a nose injury or not. I was looking intently at that corner as he was.
Now, of course, I'm definitely one of those anticipating the fight between Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. Very long awaited. We hope we do get to see it someday. Otherwise, thank you for joining us for the UBC News Tonight, 8 o'clock edition. Join us at 10 p.m. for another bulletin. My name is Wadulo Mark Arnold. Mugalu Muhammad on sign language.